Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Exonerated and I'm on the Spinalcraft server and I've been really busy. So what I've started doing is over here I've decided to go ahead and lay out kind of the ring of the fallen tree. This is the edge of it rather, and we have it all jagged and everything. I even have some of the wood going down into the water, and of course the log will continue on in that direction. But it kind of looks, it's really cool, it kind of looks like it leans a little bit more to the left. That might be easier to see over here actually. Yeah, see how it fell, but it's a little more slanted on this side, so it's kind of bulging out on this side. I think that adds a lot to it, that it's not just the same old round circle. Yeah, so, and then I can't remember if I showed you or not, but I've got both of the villagers. Here we go. I've got 2 villagers in here, 1 butcher, 1 librarian. And so we'll start breeding those guys up soon enough, as soon as I decide where the iron farm is. And then we've got like the makings of our front entryway. I'm not quite sure. Let me grab some half slabs here. Not quite sure which way I wanted to go with it, as far as from a color perspective. Well, that's not going to work. There we go. But I definitely wanted to alternate slabs. I'm thinking maybe a lighter wood to accent. And then I think I want an arch on this whole stairway all the way up. I think that could add a lot to it. I did start, in fact, it's time to breed them again. I did start breeding some cows. Come on. Time to get fat and make babies. Let me in. You and you. And see, this bug is still here where the cattle get, or the animals rather, get caught up in a corner. But nonetheless, I got that going on. And last but not least, I've started on a reed farm. I wanted to do something. Basically, you come up into the up the stairs here, and you walk onto your platform, and then maybe we have some. Where is it? I don't have any, so I'll make some real quick. I would love some Tinker's Construct tables, like the ones, well, in Tinker's Construct, the mod, where you can leave items in the crafting table like it has its own inventory. That would be amazing. So basically, I want to be able to come up the stairs and have like this glassed over area with the brown glass here. And we're going to have some sugar cane growing, and then just have it fall down and harvest in the middle. And what I've done is I've got some lighting. I'll have the lighting going on around the edge, and it'll be something like this, so that the lighting always stays on. See? Ooh. And then the top of it will be nice and simple. We'll have some redstone dust going across the top block right here behind the piston. And of course, that'll just extend out and push it straight down. We'll have like a water funnel in the bottom to collect everything. I don't want to lay any redstone on grass and dirt or stone, so I'm picking this up, but that's the gist of it. So we're going to get to working on that some today. Go ahead and gut this out. I was a little worried at first. I didn't have nearly as much redstone as I thought I did. Okay, so that's the edge of the block right there. So let's get ourselves some light, because YouTube is a dark. There we go. So this is the outside edge. This is the shared corner. So then this should be able to go like this, like so. There we go. And I need to make some more light gray. This is light gray clay here. The corners here are the white. So how do I want to do this? I want to knock out my torch behind me. Here we go. Huh. Very interesting. It was X-raying on its own. Alright, and of course we want to dig that out so we can keep going here. I like to have this kind of like an access crawl space thing anyway. I don't need to get back here, but it's always nice to leave yourself plenty of room. And here we go. Alright. And same scenario here. We're going to, let me dump some inventory off. And I'm going to grab some smooth stone I have up here. And we'll lay everything out on stone bricks so we don't have to worry about it. Dirt. We'll dump off that. Oh, well, I'll keep some of that hardened clay. We'll dump this stuff off. And the comparator I won't need. Or those, or those, or those. Wait, I need those. Here we go. Get our bone meal. Take half our gray, because I'm not sure how much I'll need, so I don't want to overdo it here. Alright, light gray. I really wish the clay, I mean, I understand the coloring for the clay. I just really wish they had made it actually match the intended color. Seems kind of silly the way they've got it going now. Alright, I've got that. Oh, and I need some stone brick. So we can put all of our redstone wiring down on stone brick. So quickly swap it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Whoops, not what I wanted. That's okay, it'll make its own water source. There we go. And let's see here, we want our repeater to go straight into it. And we can do this. This should work, right? That's a negative Ghost Rider. Alright. Well, it definitely has to be 2 back because this right here is a block that's going to be right behind a piston. So we don't want to put the torch here. It'll power that piston and leave it constantly on. So we'll do it. Well, I don't have to bring it up. It can drop down for ease of access. And come back up. There we go. It's not the best looking redstone, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. So long as you know what's going on. There we go. Clear out some more space here. We definitely need to go haste mining. Set up a beacon underground here and obliterate the underneath, the underbelly. I am running desperately low on redstone. So here we go. Alright, and let's see. Let's go ahead and do this for over here as well. This. We'll leave this. We'll leave this. Oh, that. Oh, we can do it like this and save ourselves some walking space. I like that better. Let's change that. There we go. The lights are always on. And there, we just need to change it back to our stone brick. It's always a good idea to get into a habit of using the same sort of block for your redstone. It doesn't always have to be this block, but it helps to use the same block consistently. That way you know, hey, if you're digging around and you run into this block, that's what you got going on. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the pistons for this side, and let's just get rid of this. All right, and oops, I don't need that. Working around. Okay. I just want to confirm this should power this piston plus the one at an angle from it. And it does. Both of those pistons extend. So that's good. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the wiring for this part, and then I'll show you, I think I want to use a minecart to toggle the harvesting of the sugarcane. Maybe have it on a timer delay or something. So let me work out the wiring real quick for this part, and then when I come back we'll do the minecart portion of it, and I'll show you all of that stuff, yeah, on film. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Hey everybody, I'm back, and I just wanted to show you, I have actually just gone ahead and completed it. Here we go. So I've gone through and done some aesthetics work. I've got everything running down into a hopper right here. The hoppers just feed into a chest for now. I don't have an actual idea yet where I want my storage. So just for now, we're just going to collect it down there. What I've done is I've hooked up a minecart to a daylight sensor, and the minecart comes along, and there's a pulse lengthener on the minecart track here. So when the cart comes by, it actually extends the pistons long enough to harvest the sugarcane, and it's about to be daytime here. I'll show you. I've got the daylight sensor hooked up to change the constant signal into a pulse, and then I've got a pulse lengthener right here that leads into our minecart. Minecart takes off, it goes around and harvests all the sugarcane. It comes back, there it goes, comes back, hits this wall, and drops straight down. So let's check out the other three sides. There's one, and there's the other one. Whoops, and that got caught, and that's okay. And then the cart comes back along and it rests right there in its pretty spot. And yeah, so it works out really well. Took me a little bit to kind of work through some of the redstone. I had some derpy moments here, but I think it works out really well. From an aesthetic standpoint, I'm going to continue to miss that jump. I forgot I even put this up here so I could make the jump. I've got some lights here in the corners, which were a little difficult to work in without activating the pistons. Let's get some more dark oak slabs. And then the daylight sensor itself, I'm not sure if this is its final resting place. If it is, what I'll end up doing is putting one in each of the four corners so that we can go ahead and have some symmetry. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to loose slabs. But it works out, this pathing works out really well. And what I was thinking is that maybe we could go through and hook up our minecart and have it be kind of like Trolley from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So maybe it doesn't just harvest our sugarcane. Maybe it goes through and harvest our wheat, and then harvest our pumpkins, and then harvest our melons, it kind of works its way around all of the farms. But let's kind of go over some of this redstone real quick because I kind of skipped past it. So here's where I have the lights in each corner. I just have the signal carried through with repeaters so that it doesn't power any of the blocks under it, because any of those blocks being powered would activate these pistons. On each side, rather, I've got 2 rows of pistons with blocks on top of on the back of the top row, just some simple redstone. There is a detector rail that detects when a minecart goes across. This will grab the pulse, which would normally be too quick to power the pistons, or it would cause them to glitch out. So what we do right here is we use 2 different repeaters, one with a 1 tick and one with a 2 tick delay. And the idea is the power comes in, and just as it's about to blip off, this one powers it just a little bit longer. And the idea is so that the pistons stay extended for a little bit longer and it can properly harvest the sugarcane. And then we just have it running along the track on each side. I did curb the track in here a little bit because I want to be able to do some other things and mold the tree up, and I didn't want the track to get in the way. And I still may have to rearrange some of this track to make it closer in on this side, just so I can do this part of the tree right here. We also want to add in a minecart launcher down here that sends us off to our friend's place. So yeah, we might have to kind of rework this a little bit more. Get around here, and here's the other sides. They're all pretty much the same. We just have the pulse lengthener here to give the pistons enough time to fire off. And then over here, same sort of scenario. What we've got is the daylight sensor right here. It carries down this column of redstone. The repeater pushes it into our piston here with a block of sand on it. When the redstone signal hits the piston, the sand block catches power, causing the piston to extend. The redstone signal keeps it extended, but it just turns the constant redstone signal from the detector into a pulse. But the pulse is not quite long enough to launch this cart, so we use another pulse lengthener over here, and we run it into the block behind where the track is, and then that way it powers the minecart and sends it on its way. And that's how we have it going for now. And I wanted to stop on this. I wanted to fall too. I wanted to stop on this minecart because I didn't want it running all the time. We don't need sugarcane like that. What I'm hoping to do, either in the next episode or the one after, is build an iron farm over here. And when we build our iron farm, I want to have paper on hand to do my trading with. And so really that's all this is. It's just for trading. I don't need sugarcane like that. If I needed it really bad, I would just go back to the other base. But I want to make sure that we kind of have our own thing here. I like the aesthetics of it. I tinkered with the ground underneath of the sugarcane a little bit. There's podzol, which I think looks nice and kind of goes with the overall color scheme, but I really didn't feel like anything else fit under the podzol but dirt. I wanted to put a different colored border, but then we would have had to put some sort of lip or something on the edge of the podzol, and it would have looked weird having exposed dirt. So I thought we'd have the dirt go all the way down. And I've got a tunnel, like I said, under here that just leads to the chest, and we've gotten quite a bit of sugarcane already, way more than I reasonably need. And this tunnel here will just serve so that later on, if we decide we want to route it to some other place, maybe use some ice tunnels or some other mine carts or something, we can do that. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with the build. I think it is a good start to our new base. It's not something that I would necessarily kind of line up with, like, okay, this has to happen first. But to the same end, I think we get it, or if rather we get it out of the way, then it's just we don't have to worry about it later on. And I really like the way it kind of fit in that hole of the mountain. If you remember, there was a kind of a pit over here in the mountain, so I sure do fall a lot. There was a pit in the mountain, so it fit in with very little terraforming, which I really, really enjoy. So yeah, next time I think we're definitely going to do our iron farm. We've got our villagers over here chilling. I want to start breeding some of them in the meantime, and then I've got to figure out, I guess, where I want the iron farm. I just want the one. My previous base had 10 iron farms going, and is excessive. That's very excessive. At first it was, bigger, baddest, best sort of thing. Like, let's get as much iron as we could. But now I really want this to be kind of a one-man show base. You come in and kind of send things on their way and do what you got to do, and it's going to be big. It has to be by default because of the tree. But that doesn't mean that everything in it needs to be massive. It can all be just well designed. So that's what I want. I want something pleasing aesthetically. Yeah, so kind of a short episode today. I clipped out a lot of the redundancy, so to speak, of the farm, but I really feel like it's something you guys have probably seen before anyway. And we'll use some of the same mechanics when we work on our sugarcane. When we work on our pumpkins and melons and netherwort, we use some of the same mechanics to do the harvesting that we used for this. Yeah. Until next time, this is Exonerated, signing off. Ooh, I get to go breed cows now. So I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.